everyone, what's going on? Sure has turned off cold here. Golly, it's cold. Well, it's not really all that cold, but I'm not sweating. Let's put it that way. I got long sleeves on. Today, I'm going to take an object and make a light out of it. This object is not normally a light, although it does give off a little light. Let me grab it down here. I'm sure you've seen it in a couple of the other videos of the golf cart when it was on there. It was this thing right here. Well, what is this thing? This is a heater, believe it or not. A desktop heater. See in there? Little springs and all that. You turn this thing on and it heats up. I wonder if this thing still works. Well, the cord looks okay. Although cords like that, they're going to focus in there. Them are dangerous. You got to be really careful with those right there. When you got to plug in like that, be very careful. Shock the crap out of you. Yes, it will. But I got to know if this thing works. So let me get an extension cord here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to plug this in. If you never see me upload a video again, it's because this thing killed me, okay? It shocked me. But I'm not sure. We'll see. Well, let's go. Let me plug this in. Just kidding. Let's see. Hey, there is heat coming out of here. Let's see. Okay, no shorts there. Put your hand up there, see if you can feel the heat coming out of that thing. Yeah, it's getting hot. These make pretty good little heaters, but I think the major problem with these things is they use a lot of electricity. That's giving off some good heat right there. I kind of hate to destroy this thing, but I'm going to destroy it anyways. Let me turn this off. It feels like it's going off. Let me unplug it. All right. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to take this, let me get out of it. What I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to take this thing mostly apart all the way, get rid of the heating element in there. It's like a ceramic looking spring deal. It has a resistance spring around there, kind of like a coil that when you put electricity to it, it gets hot. And then it uses this here kind of like a baffle to kind of radiate the heat out here. But I'm going to put a light socket in there. And then this thing right here, it's going to radiate the light from the light bulb out. I think this will make a really cool desk lamp. I'm just going to have to get it apart. Let's see. Doesn't seem all that hot anymore. That's what it looks like underneath. Let me go get some tools. Gonna need some needle nose. Gonna need some, I call them dikes, but wire cutters, side cutters, what my dad always called them. Pair of pliers and a straight screwdriver. First thing is let's get this off here. Let's take this off here. You know, with today's laws and regulations and everything, this thing here would look like a freaking screen. Let's see, this is called a Prac-T-Kal. Prac-T-Kal. 300 watts. 115 volt infrared. Cool. Let's take this little thing out right here. How hot is that? Is that thing still hot? Ooh, it is. Let's put it over here. I'm left-handed. Pull that off there. This is what it looks like in there when you take the thing off. You can see that spring in there really good right now. Okay. Let's take that off right there. Take this back bolt off. and nothing. Golly. Let's pull this thing out here. Screwdriver's too big. Never had that problem before. Here, this one will work, I hope. Hey, guess what? Couldn't get the screws out, but got this out. So now we'll pull this out down here. Oh boy, what a mess. Yep, this cord's been replaced. This was a fire hazard. I mean, come on. Look at that. That's a wire nut that's baked and broke. This cord here is up to date, but the plug is original, and the wiring going up all the way through here, up in there, it's cloth wiring. And tie that knot. Okay, pull that out of there. So I don't know if I'll reuse that cable or not. I'll probably get a new cord to go in there. You know what? I don't think that switch was hooked up right. That switch was hooked up how people think a switch works for the most part, and it doesn't. Switches are the easiest thing, and people still get them wrong. Well, let's see here. Okay. All right. And that's what's inside. Just a piece of ceramic, wires hook in the back right there. Gives a little electrical in there and it builds the resistance up and it makes heat. All right. Let's get this switch off here now. I would like to reuse this switch, but I'm not sure if they broke it when they put it in there or not. Okay, switch looks okay. I'm gonna see if I have another one or something very similar to this one right here. See if I can't, find an up-to-date one. This one here does have cloth covered wire, so it is kind of old. But now I gotta figure out how to mount the light socket in here. I think I'll run to Lowe's and have a look around and just see what they have there that I can use to make this thing here work. So let me run to Lowe's and I'll be right back. Oh, decisions. Here's a socket. No, I don't want that. That'll work. Yeah, we'll use this for the switch. There we go. 6 foot, 6 foot. Let's get one of these. Cut that end off there. Use that end there for the plug-in. Yep. Now we're good to go. Okay, I'm not a happy camper right now. I have to come back out here and refilm this because somehow the file got corrupted. Okay, this here's the socket I'm going to use. This is the one that I bought. It didn't come with that nipple right there, but I had to get that nipple. When you saw me drilling into the back of the lamp, I was trying to fit this nipple right here into it. Then that nipple is just held on with that little nut right there. So that way this won't flop around in there, because I'll be using this thing, this little cap right here to, I'll screw it on there, and that there will tighten it into the chrome part, that backing part of the lamp there. This here's the switch I'm going to use. I've used this switch a lot on different lamps. This one here will go in. It'll work just perfect. It's just a little twist one. I think it's a lot better quality than the old one, which is, I don't even know where it's at now. But I had that cloth wires, and it really didn't feel all that great when I was turning it for it to operate. Then a lot of times, instead of buying, 25 foot of lamp cord, then buying a separate plug-in, then have to wire it all in, you can buy a 6 foot extension cord. You just cut the plug-in part of it off right there, and you can just wire that in. Okay, if my memory serves me right, I believe these little nipple things here that I use, I know I think they're 1/8 iron pipe size. Looks like it's going to be 3/8. I thought it might be 5/16. Nope, it's going to be 3/8. So we'll get a drill from back here. Okay. Now when you drill into this this is a light metal. I mean, I can't push in on it and dent it, but it is fairly thin. And with a drill bit, that's going to be, this here is actually sharp. These are pretty much new bits. Drilling into here, it's going to really want to catch this, and it's going to fling this around, or it's just going to bend this whole back end out. And I don't want that. So I'm just going to have to be real careful drilling this here. And just like that, well, I need to waller just a little more. Let's try it from this other side here. That'll also clean it up in there. There we go. That way, it can go into there. And that there can screw onto there. And just like that, we have a light socket in this thing. But I can't let this be this way. Hey, that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Kind of amplify the voice out there. Now, I got to polish this up. That's it's all hazy and everything. Can't have that. But I know that I can have a light socket in there, so I'm good to go with that there. Okay, the inside of this thing isn't too bad. I'm upside down in there. But the outside of this is just kind of hazy. I'm going to go look on my shelf that's over there. Hopefully none of it's been frozen. But I'm going to get some kind of metal polish. I want to try to get this thing here polished up. Then I got to clean this bottom up down here too. I mean, it's kind of just dirty. I think I might just take like some brake cleaner or something, spray on that, and just kind of wipe it down. I mean, I like the vintage look of that brown, but I do need to get that cleaned up. You know, I do have a sandblaster. I should probably sandblast this off so I can paint it, make it look a lot better than it does. So let's see how that works. Okay, then the video of sandblasting the base. Screwed up too. So this here is my sanding cabinet. I did have to do a temporary air hose to it because my air regulator quit working. But I got it working. It's actually worked better here than it did when I had it in my other shop. I don't know what's going on, but hey, it works great. Okay, now we got to get to polishing this thing here up. All right, that caused no problems. I have found what's called Mother's Power Metal for all buffer types aluminum. I don't know if that's aluminum or not, but I've used it on stuff like this before and it seemed to polish up good. So let's see how this works out. Oh yeah, That's how you know right there that it's going to polish up good. Is when you're polishing on there and it turns black like that and the cloth is black. Yeah. Take this towel right here and just wipe that off right there. That there will give you a good idea of just the difference that that shine will do on that. I'm going to get this finished up and I'll be back right with you. Okay, I cleaned the inside and the outside with that Mother's Power Metal oil. Yeah, Power Metal is what it is. Got that all cleaned up. Then I just took some McGuire's cleaner wax and just went ahead and went around just to kind of seal it up a little bit. I guess it seals it. I don't know. Can't believe everything you read. But, I mean, as you can see, whoa, I caught it. As you can see, this thing looks a lot better than it did. It does have some scratches that couldn't really get out, but hey, this thing's old. Gives it character. But I got the outside done, and I did the inside too. Get it all wiped off here real good. Polish it up good. Oh yeah. This thing is going to reflect out light really good. It's going to be really bright. Not bad. Pretty shiny inside and outside. Okay, well I'm still waiting for the base of that thing to dry up on the primer. And I got to decide on a color. So once that's dry, and I figure out a color, I'll get that painted. We'll get this thing back together. And I think it's going to look out pretty doggone awesome. Okay, I'm going to try something new today. This here is the base. Got it all painted. Whoops. Got it all painted up. I painted it it's a gray that I had laying around here. I thought that'd be neat. But I'm going to try something new that I've seen. Never done it before. Might not come out good. But it's where you take a paintbrush and you spray it with a color of paint. Then you just kind of dab it on here and you can try to highlight these little areas here. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to give it a try though. Let me spray the brush here. Try not to spray paint me. Then you kind of take it and you just dab it. And you just kind of go over and highlight things. And it doesn't work as great as I thought it would, or as great as those people's video did, but oh well. This will still give it a little neat look to it maybe. I don't know. Just have to see here. Maybe just give it an aged look. That don't look too bad, really. Dab some of it, and let's just kind of go around this edge here. Oh, this ain't going to be too bad at all. Basically just kind of a wash, I guess. Just to give it an old look. Just kind of an antique looking right there. With that there. And I don't know, I think that looks kind of cool. Well, we'll let this dry, and now it's time to start wiring on the lamp. Okay, we're going to let that base dry. I got that black on there. It's just a thin coat. Probably shouldn't take too long to dry. But we need to get this thing here wired up. So, I got your standard wires. You got your black wire, you got your white wire. White wire is the neutral. Black wire is the hot. Now what I'm hoping to do is to run both of these up here. Get this as straight as I can. It's going. Well, we got one wire through there. Black wire didn't make it. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Okay. I'm going to tie these in a knot down here for right now, so I don't accidentally, you know, pull them up through here when I pull this out. There we go. See, I got them through there. Now we just have to strip the wire a little bit here. On a light socket, you have a gold and a silver terminal. The gold terminal goes to this center part in here. That's where the tip of the light bulb would screw down into. And that's where the black wire comes in on that. That's the power. And then the silver screw terminal connects to this right here. That's kind of like the ground. So I got my wires here stripped. Got them stripped down. And then tighten that thing down. And then repeat for the other side. There we go, wired up. Okay, now we just got to pull these wires back down through here, and we'll get this put back in here. Wow, forgot something. Forgot to turn my background lights on. Those are some other lamps that I've made. Get this pulled down in there. Okay. Then we'll just have that come through the back. Take that little cap, put it on there, make sure it's centered in there really good. Okay. And now we have a wired light socket in there. Okay, I'm a little worried that this switch is going to rub on this outside here, but let's just have a look here and just see when I put it in there if this is going to work. Well, it might be okay. But another thing I'm worried about is I don't think I'm going to be able to get this nut in there to get it tightened on there very good. So I've gotten one of these little barrel couplings here. Put that on there. Screw it down. See if I can't tighten it on there. Okay, well I got that tightened on there. Let's see here. Well, it's a little rough, but not bad. I'll live with that. I guess it is kind of touching in there. But I didn't realize this base was that thick. Okay, well now that we got the switch wired in there, or just not really wired, but it's just put in there, let's untie that there. And get those ran in there. And then get this screwed on there. Okay, take the pliers here. There we go. So pretty much, that's what it's going to look like. Well, still got to put the cage on front. But now we need to get the power cord hooked in and hooked into the switch. Okay, the extension cord I bought is not going to work. It's too big to go in this back hole here, and then trying to have to get it all tucked up in there, it's just going to be way too big. So I went and found an old piece of cord that I had here that I used to use for my lamps and a plug. Okay. Now, as most people know, on a lamp or a light, it doesn't really matter which way you plug it in. That light bulb is still going to light up. But I like continuity. Maybe it's OCD, I don't know. See here, there's a gold screw there and a silver screw there. Same thing that was over there on that light socket. So I need to look at this here. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell or not, but there are some little ribs in there on that wire. I don't know if it's the law code or whatever you want to call it. I always put that on the silver screw, which is the same thing as the white wire. Because if you can see on here, that there is the wide blade, that there's the narrow blade. So when you plug it in, it'll be, the continuity will be right. Because on a plug-in, the left slot is your neutral, the right slot is your hot. So white on left, black on right. You guys confused? I am. Okay, then this here, you just run the wire through there, put it down there in those little slots, close it up, get your drill. There we go. Now this wire here is really long. Probably longer than it needs to be. Okay. We'll just make it about that long, okay? So before I put this wire back in through the base there, I am going to go ahead and strip the wires. It'll make it a lot easier once I get it in there. Okay. So now let's put that in there. Let's tie a knot in it. That way it can't be pulled out. Okay, now we got to come up here and find the wire with the rib on it, and that would be that one right there. This one here is going to hook to the white wire of the lamp. So let's get that. Try to see if I can get this stripped off here. All right. Okay, double check again. Make sure I got the right one there, and I do. And then wire nutted on there. Now this wire here hooks to the black wire. You got a black wire coming out of here. Like if I was just to hook this up straight up to there, this here's the black line that goes to the light socket. If I was just to hook this straight up and plug it in, that light would turn on. So the switch has to go in the middle of this and this. A switch interrupts the current. You always put the switch on the hot wire. So let me go ahead and trim this one. Okay, well this wire here goes to the socket. This little wire here goes to the one side of the switch. Okay. So we're going to twist these two here together. Okay. And then the other side of the switch will hook to the power of the cord actually coming into the light. goes there. Then put another wire nut on there. Okay. So this should all work. But now we have to tuck all this stuff up into there because there's a plate that goes on here. Let me find this plate here. There we go. So here we go. We got the cord in here. Everything's looking good. I got to decide on a light bulb. I have found these two right here. I like this one, but I also like this one. But I'm going to try putting this one in here and see if it's too long. I'm sure, I think that'll be plenty of room right there. So we're going to go with this one right here. I got it in there, got it plugged in. I don't think it's going to be bright enough. Let's try this other light bulb. Okay, what do you think of this? Oh yeah, we're going to go with the small one. So now, figure out how this goes back on. Okay. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let's turn it sideways like this. Looks pretty good there, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Well, hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry about how long this video was, but it's just hard to cram everything in a short amount of time when you want to. But I'm just trying to show you what all it takes to take something that's not a light and turn it into a light. Sometimes it just takes longer than normal. And with me trying to have to film all this stuff, or trying to film every bit of this, it makes it really long doing it. Well, again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video. And you know how I always end my videos. See ya!